Have you ever caught an older woman saying something that left you puzzled, wondering if there was more to her words? Today we're going to decode the secret language of older women, specifically the phrases they use when they're really interested in a guy. I'll guide you through what these phrases actually mean, peeling back the layers to reveal the hidden intentions behind her words. By the end of this video, you'll understand the subtle art of her language and never be left guessing again. Ready to uncover the meanings behind her words? Let's get started. 1. You're not like other guys your age. Let's kick things off with a phrase that might seem like a simple compliment at first glance, but trust me, it often carries far more weight and subtext. Sure, on the surface, an older woman could just be praising your maturity and setting you apart from the stereotypical frat boy types she's likely encountered before. But dig a little deeper, and you'll realize that when a mature lady says these words, she's often subtly highlighting the very thing that makes you so appealing to her: your ability to transcend the stereotypes and preconceptions that come with youth. She's acknowledging that you possess a level of depth, wisdom, and life experience that goes beyond your years, and that's what has piqued her interest. Because let's face it, when an older woman starts singling you out as different or not like the others, it's often a coded way of saying, "Hey, I see something special in you, something that resonates with me on a deeper level." So the next time you're on the receiving end of this particular phrase, don't just brush it off as a casual compliment. Instead, recognize it for what it often is: a subtle yet powerful signal that an older woman is intrigued by your unique qualities and is open to exploring the connection you two seem to share. 2. I always feel so young around you. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where an older woman looks you dead in the eye and says something along the lines of, "You know, I always feel so young around you"? If so, don't be too quick to write it off as a harmless, flattering remark. When a mature, self-assured woman utters those words, she's often sending you a deliciously subtle signal that she's acutely aware of the age difference between you two. And she's not just okay with it, she's actively embracing and even relishing in it. You see, when a seasoned lady says she feels young in your presence, it's not just a casual observation, it's a coded way of acknowledging the unique energy and vitality you bring to her life. It's her way of letting you know that you've managed to tap into a wellspring of youthful exuberance and zest that she thought was long gone, and she's utterly captivated by it. Make no mistake, there's something incredibly flattering about being the one who can make an older, more experienced woman feel rejuvenated and alive again. It's a testament to your charm, your charisma, and your ability to bring a sense of excitement and adventure into her world. But here's the real kicker. When an older woman drops that line, she's not just paying you a compliment. She's also subtly acknowledging the dynamic that exists between you two and letting you know that she's open to exploring it further. It's her way of giving you the green light to lean into that delicious age gap tension and see where it might lead. 3. It's hard to find good company these days. Have you ever been engaged in a lively conversation with an older woman, only to have her pause, fix you with an intense gaze, and utter the words, "You know, it's really hard to find good company these days"? If so, don't be too quick to assume she's just lamenting the state of modern society or making casual small talk. When a mature lady drops a line like that, she's often sending you a far more loaded message, one that's equal parts compliment and subtle flirtation. You see, when a woman of a certain age refers to struggling to find good company, she's not talking about friendly acquaintances or casual drinking buddies. No, she's referring to something far more intimate and meaningful, a genuine connection, a meeting of minds and souls that transcends the superficial and taps into something deeper, more primal. And by singling you out as someone who qualifies as good company, she's essentially telling you that you've managed to pique her interest on a level that goes far beyond the surface. She's acknowledging that there's something about you, your wit, your charm, your unique perspective, that resonates with her in a way that's all too rare in this modern age. Make no mistake, when an older woman utters those words, she's not just paying you an offhand compliment. She's subtly inviting you to explore that connection further, to lean into the delicious tension that exists between you and see where it might lead. It's her way of signaling that she's intrigued, interested, and open to the possibilities that lie ahead. 4. What do you think about dating someone older? Have you ever found yourself deep in conversation with an older woman, only to have her suddenly hit you with the million-dollar question? So, what do you think about dating someone older? Now I know what you're thinking. That's about as subtle as a brick to the face, right? She's clearly putting her interest out there for you to see. And sure, to a certain extent, you'd be right. When an older woman asks a question like that, she's definitely putting herself out there and gauging your receptiveness to the idea of an age gap relationship. But here's the thing. Even if the question itself is fairly direct, the mere fact that she's broaching the subject at all is, in itself, a deliciously subtle form of flirtation. Because let's be real, most women, especially those of a certain age and level of experience, aren't going to bring up the idea of dating someone younger unless they're already feeling some serious sparks of attraction. So when an older woman poses that loaded question, she's not just idly wondering about your thoughts on the matter. She's sending you a clear signal that she's interested in exploring the dynamic between you two, and she's looking for your buy-in. 5. You seem very mature for your age. Have you ever found yourself on the receiving end of a compliment like, you seem very mature for your age from an older woman? If so, you might have been tempted to just smile, nod, and accept the flattery at face value. But let me tell you, when a mature, self-assured lady pays you that particular brand of praise, she's often sending you a far more loaded message, one that's equal parts come on and subtle acknowledgement of the unique dynamic between you two. You see, when an older woman compliments your maturity and sophistication, she's not just making casual small talk or feeding your ego. No, she's subtly highlighting the very thing that makes you so appealing to her: your ability to transcend the stereotypes and preconceptions that come with youth. She's acknowledging that you possess a level of depth, wisdom, and life experience that goes beyond your years, and that's what has piqued her interest. Because let's face it, when an older woman starts singling you out as mature, or not like the others, it's often a coded way of saying, "Hey, I see something special in you, something that resonates with me on a deeper level." It's her way of letting you know that she's tuned into those qualities that make you stand out from the crowd, and she's definitely intrigued. But here's the kicker. When an older woman compliments your maturity, she's not just stroking your ego. She's also subtly letting you know that she's open to exploring the delicious tension and chemistry that exists between you two. It's her way of giving you the green light to lean into that age gap dynamic and see where it might lead. 6. I could really use your help with something. Have you ever been approached by an older woman who looks you square in the eye and says something along the lines of, I could really use your help with something? If so, you might have been tempted to think she was just making a casual request for assistance. But let me tell you, when a mature lady utters those words, she's often sending you a deliciously subtle signal that she's interested in spending more time with you, and she's looking for a low-pressure way to make that happen. You see, when an older woman asks for your help, she's not just tapping into your chivalrous side or your desire to be useful. No, she's creating an opportunity for the two of you to connect on a more intimate level, away from the prying eyes and distractions of the outside world. It's her way of saying, "Hey, I enjoy your company, and I want to find a way for us to spend some quality one-on-one time together, even if it's under the guise of helping me with something." There's something undeniably flattering about being the one she turns to for help. It's a subtle acknowledgement of the unique bond and connection you two seem to share, and it's her way of letting you know that she values your presence in her life. But more than that, when an older woman asks for your help, she's subtly inviting you to lean into that delicious tension and see where it might lead. 7. I've told all my friends about you. Have you ever been in a situation where an older woman casually drops a line like, "I've told all my friends about you"? If so, you might have been tempted to brush it off as a harmless, even flattering remark. But let me tell you, when a mature lady utters those words, she's often sending you a deliciously subtle signal that you've managed to make a far bigger impression on her than she's letting on. You see, when a self-assured woman takes the time to bring you up in conversation with her inner circle, it's not just a casual aside or a moment of idle chatter. No, it's a coded way of acknowledging that you've become a significant enough presence in her life to warrant discussion and analysis with the people who matter most to her. And let's be real, there's something undeniably flattering about being deemed friend-worthy by an older woman. It's a testament to your charm, your wit, and your ability to pique her interest on a level that goes far beyond the superficial. But here's the thing. When an older woman says she's been talking about you to her friends, she's not just paying you a compliment. She's also subtly letting you know that she sees potential in whatever connection exists between you two. It's her way of signaling that she's open to exploring that dynamic further, and she's already started laying the groundwork for you to become a more permanent fixture in her life. So, if you find yourself on the receiving end of this particular phrase, don't just brush it off as harmless banter. Instead, recognize it for what it often is, a subtle yet powerful signal that an older woman is very much interested in taking things to the next level with you. Now that you know what phrases she says when she's interested, what's next for you? Discover her biggest triggers of sexual attraction, or learn the places she wants to be touched. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.